Hey there gamers, and welcome to Almost Gaming's coverage of E3 2015. This video is going to be a recap of Sony's press event. Now, this is just going to be the highlights of the Sony event, so for the full recap, head over to the Almost Gaming Facebook page. Now, since all three of these events are company specific, I've been trying to stick to just talking about exclusive things mentioned for those companies. However, that is really hard to do with Sony, as they have self-admitted struggles with full exclusives and first-party titles this year. So this video is going to mention partial exclusives and DLC more than the other two videos will. Sony kicked off the show by reconfirming a game that people have been wondering about for a long time. Yes, Team Ico is still working on The Last Guardian, and a trailer that showed some new gameplay was revealed. The game is now slated for a 2016 release. A trailer was then shown for an at-first mysterious action-adventure game. It slowly built up to its reveal, the next game in the Hitman series. Cue annoyed Yahtzee because it's another ping in his sandwich game that uses the same name as the original game. Simply titled Hitman, it features Agent 47 traveling around the world, working once again for the agency that used to employ him before. Now, this is not a PS4 exclusive, however, Sony did score 6 exclusive contracts and an exclusive beta. Sony console exclusive No Man's Sky had a gameplay demonstration that showed off the incredible scope of this sci-fi action explorer. After launching into a war that the player is free to either jump into or avoid completely, the action warped to a totally random world with random animals that the player could discover and note. The gameplay map had literally millions of stars on it, each of which is said to have multiple worlds to explore and discover. Media Molecule revealed the latest game in their player creation series. Called Dreams, the game uses a surrealistic painting-type art style and allows players to create basically anything, and also go into other players' dreams and change those as well. Continuing that theme of scoring whatever exclusive content they're able to get their hands on, Assassin's Creed Syndicate features The Dreadful Crimes, a series of murder mystery missions that will be exclusive to Sony's PlayStation. Ubisoft also showed a trailer featuring the gameplay of Evie Fry, the game's female twin protagonist. In what's turning out to be both an odd and interesting development in video game development, Sony announced a Kickstarter for Shenmue 3. The project had a very reasonable $2 million goal, which it met within one day of the project's start. However, the second game in the series cost about $47 million to make, so $2 million doesn't seem like much. It does turn out that Sony is invested in the game to some unknown degree, and it seems that the Kickstarter was more about gauging fan interest in the game. Batman Arkham Knight is not a Sony exclusive, but they did give Sony a rather strong partial exclusive at least. Sony gamers will get access to the Scarecrow Nightmare missions, evocative of some of the most popular missions from the very first game. One of those missions was shown off in a gameplay trailer, and it was rather evocative and somewhat disturbing. Sony then talked a bit about their PlayStation Vue service, which provides both streaming video and live TV. Launching the service in San Francisco and Los Angeles that night was only the smaller of their two announcements. Starting in July, PlayStation Vue will become the first live TV service to offer a la carte channel subscription. That means that subscribers will be able to sign up for and pay for individual channels, only the channels they want. Now, of course, how big a deal this is will totally depend on what channels Vue is able to get for its service and how much all of this costs. However, this is something that I hope becomes a trend. If you don't have a lot of true exclusives to announce at an event like this, one thing that you can do is rip something away from your competitor. The exclusive DLC deal for Call of Duty that Microsoft once had seems to have changed sides. Black Ops 3 will now have an exclusive PS4 beta, and from now on, all Call of Duty map packs will be timed Sony exclusives. The show wrapped up with a somewhat rocky gameplay trailer for Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. The trailer took about 10 seconds to actually start, and then once it transitioned to live gameplay, Nathan Drake wouldn't move. But after it was restarted, it showcased the series' frenetic gunplay and super exciting flowing vehicular gameplay. However, the car section that was shown just screams fail it 10 times until you memorize all the turns. However, the highlight of the event was oddly stuck in the middle, but this might be because it also isn't an exclusive, we're not sure yet. Square Enix is finally caving into fan demand and is remaking Final Fantasy VII. A very short trailer was shown for the game, and really only Cloud and his massive sword confirmed that this was in fact Final Fantasy VII. You know, a reviewer can't be static. They have to be ready and able to change their opinions if they in fact change. If you read my write-up of Sony's event, and hey, I hope you do, Almost Gaming Facebook page, I gave their presentation a B+. However, as I was writing the script for this video, my opinion on it soured some more. Sony just really did not have enough strong 100% exclusives or games that'll be ready to play this year. So my grade for Sony's presentation has dropped from a B+ to a C+. That's going to wrap up this review of Sony's E3 2015 event. Thank you so much for watching. The end of this video features links to Microsoft and Nintendo reviews as well, so I hope you'll give those a watch. And keep your eyes on this channel, as I'll also be posting a video on the biggest third-party headlines, as well as my top 10 headlines and announcements of E3 2015. Until next time, game on.